What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 14th day of September, and here we are with about 4 hours and 22 minutes left in the day. We're at about 13.5 cents, and this week really is shaping up to provide confirmation that the low is in. The one kind of conniption, the one thing that I'm not happy with necessarily, or that I wish looked better, is that this week didn't close with such a large wick to the upside. I wish that it would close with more body, less wick. But we do have 4 hours and 22 minutes left in this week, in this day, Sunday, the 14th. That's a 9% wick right here from where we are now to where the top of that wick is. It's a 9.4% move. We could very well move a few percentages or maybe even more than that by the end of this day. So let's just see how we do. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. I'm hoping we get some bullish implications in the indicators here. We'll see. Let's look at it on a 1 hour time frame. First and foremost, just looking at the price here, we do have higher lows overall. As you're moving down, and we're on Bybit, one of the largest exchanges for volume. In fact, let's look at the largest exchange for volume, which is Binance for Cookie DAO. Okay. Let's just see how reliable it is. Okay, so moving down and not a whole lot of volume. There was some volume on this final push here, but not really a lot of volume. You're definitely getting more volume. Man, I hate whenever those little pop-ups come up right in the midst of a video too. We're definitely getting more volume on the way up, it seems, right? And then here we are. If you notice here, you had a lot of volume selling down here, less volume, so then you moved up. Here, we don't really have any volume at all in response to these areas, and we're just finding support at the same area that we did before. I very much think that we're going to bounce from here, but let's look at the indicators. The 1 hour RSI, in all fairness, it looks bearish at the moment. It really does. You've got lower lows. You also have lower highs, right? Rejecting the overbought zone a couple times up here. Overall bullish, but right now momentarily bearish. Undeniably it is. So you could go a little bit lower. The stochastics are momentarily bullish, I would say. I don't like it. There's a bearish air, but the fact that you're bouncing off of this, I do like it right now. We have about 20 minutes left in this hour. Let's close this hour green. Let's continue to move up, and I think if we do, going into the end of the day, we should have some good results. The MACD is bearish as well. So you've got some bearish, and then bullish, but in a kind of bearish area. The MACD is about to cross green though too. Let's just hope that you do continue to move up. I like the way the 1 hour is looking right now. We have 20 minutes left. That's a lot of time. Hopefully what we can do is close here or higher. I think ideally you'd want to close above that 1 hour close there. The higher the better, okay? Not getting a whole lot off the 1 hour as far as bullishness goes, but that's okay. Definitely at a bottoming area, but you could go lower. You very well could go lower. And on that note, actually, let's take this fib here from a relative low to a relative high. We won't take the fake out high. You could go lower, but that's pretty immaculate support right there at the 382, you guys. Once, twice, 3 times has me a little nervous. I would think you go a little bit lower. If we do, 12.7 cents, maybe 12 cents at the lowest could be what we do, but maybe that's what you do. But I doubt that you go any lower than that. And looking at the 4 hour stochastics here, you're crossing up, which is nice, but we need to get the orange line to cross up as well. So bearish at the moment. The RSI is bullish. You're bouncing off the 40. You have lower lows in the RSI while maintaining higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. And you are rejecting the overbought zone. That's not necessarily nice, but overall, I think you look good, man. You look like you're going to find support here. You found resistance in the overbought zone, and you look like you're finding support here, so that's good. As long as we can maintain this and come back above the 50, that's great, because what you were doing back here, very bearish, right? Living below the 50, not getting overbought at all, getting oversold continuously. Here, it looks like there's a shift going on, doesn't it? Where now you're starting to live above the 50, you're getting overbought, and if you can get back above the 50 here, that means your time below the 50 is limited, and you're getting overbought without getting oversold. That's actually a positive thing. So there's bullish implications here. Right now it's bullish, but to fulfill these bullish implications, you need to move higher. We have 4 hours and 20 minutes left in this day. Hopefully we have a strong finish so that this 4 hour can also, this RSI can come up and the stochastics come up. The MACD overall is bullish as well, but you are getting some bearish momentum. You know what I like about this is the same kind of thing we saw in the RSI. You're getting lower levels, lower lows in your histogram, lower lows in your oscillator, but you have higher lows here. That's hidden bullish divergence. So we do have hidden bullish, and actually even looking at this here, you do have it on the stochastics as well. Hidden bullish divergence on all 3 time frames coming out of this downtrend, right? Like what's making me think that this has bullish optimism where we're not going to start doing stuff like this again? The fact if we look at this price here, you've broken out of this downtrend clearly with decent volume too. That's a breakout. That's breakout volume on this move here. I wouldn't be surprised in the least we moved up higher, you guys. Daily time frame here. Finding support at prior areas of support as well, looking good. I mean, we could be getting set up for an inverse head and shoulders with the way that this thing looks, man. You got your left shoulder here. You be coming up, forming your right shoulder, and then we get ready to bounce, something like that. And it very well could happen. The head and shoulders that we've identified really throughout this market, they've actually been very deceitful. Head and shoulders patterns are normally very reliable, but inverse head and shoulders patterns, they've actually, I feel like the last 6 that I've identified, all 6 of them in a row have just lied to me. There's a couple on Ethereum. There's one on Bitcoin Cash. There's one on, I can't remember what, but I just feel like I've got a couple in mind right now, but really I feel like it's been like 6 in a row that just have been misleading. Even Cookie DAO here. Even Cookie DAO with this head and shoulders look. This if we bottom out here, I think it's misleading as well, honestly. You actually, and with this one here, you actually did have a head and shoulders look, right? And then you broke it, and then as soon as you broke it, then you went to the downside. It's very tricky. It's like it wanted to be a head and shoulders. Just kidding. It's not a head and shoulders, but then you had the same downside result. The measure move wasn't achieved. If this were to be a head and shoulders pattern, the measure move would have been like far, far worse, man. That would have been so bad. But anyways, maybe it'll be an inverse head and shoulders. If it is, that would imply, I think, that we don't break out to prices above 17 cents until October. I don't see that happening. I think that by the end of this month, cookies should be at 20 cents and above, 22 cents and beyond. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. Going into October, we'll be reaching for new all-time highs. I want to pull up the Bybit chart so that it has more historical data. Okay, we're looking at this here on our indicators. I think the stochastics look all right. The MACD is starting to want to cross above the 0, which is nice. And the RSI, it's just neutral. It's in a bullish posturing, but neutral. Neutral but bullish. Bullish but neutral. Nothing too crazy there. If we're looking at this from a high to low, I would think that the next area that we go to by the end of this month or sometime in early October would be about 50 cents to 63 cents. And then once we break above that 63 cent area, it's time to start considering new all-time highs. In October, we should really see this thing pick up the pace. I think that the pace is really going to pick up, and we're going to see $1.65 to $3.90 by the end of that month, right? $3.90 at the golden ratio, 1272 at $1.65 there. So anything and everything in between. I want to layer this out and just see if any of these extensions line up high to low, because we haven't measured this high to low, I think, because we thought the low was going to go lower, so we haven't measured it. But let's take this high to low here. 2272 lines up with the 1272. Nice, I like it. The 2886, 3113, the money zone lining up with that golden ratio. I love to see it. Yeah, there's a lot of congruence here in these fibs, absolutely. And typically with the 1414, you wick just above it. What's just above it? The 2618 of this fib. So it's that 260, 250 area. I really am a fan of that. What else could we do? Let's take this high to low, and then we'll wrap the video up, okay? I mean, you got your 1886. I just think that's where you're going to go, man. I really do think that we're going to stop somewhere either just above $1.65 or, in my opinion, more likely something that's just above $2.34. Right in that area there. Something above $2 yet below $2.60. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. Cookie DAO looks phenomenal. I think it's got a lot of good things going for it. We just have to go with the good things, right? Don't get held up. Looking at the daily ribbon here. The daily ribbon looks bullish, you guys. This is great, actually, right? Like, let me see. Like here, you found support, and then you moved up. Here, you're coming up. You're finding resistance. You came back down, and you found support. Can you see it? Here, let me zoom it in for you. You found resistance here. That's not a good sign. You came back down. You found support twice now at the yellow line. That's a really good sign. It's like the ribbon's trying to reject you, but you're not rejecting. Your rejection here was valid. Your rejection here was valid. Your rejection here is valid. This rejection is not rejecting. So what's going to happen? You're going to flip the ribbon, man. And if we just kind of go with this pace that it's at, you should have a cross by the end of the month, which implies exactly what I've been thinking for this thing and for a lot of cryptos, is that the end of the month is going to be good for you. Going into October will be good for you. This last cross was good for you, but it was a false cross. This cross, an actual cross, whenever it happened, that was really good for you. You saw a lot of growth. And typically, the further away from the ribbon you are, once you see a cross, you do pull back into the ribbon. So we'll look for that, but I like what I'm seeing here on the daily time frame. It looks very constructive. 3-day time frame. Now this ribbon doesn't look respected. Right? When you're getting in it, out of it, in, like you're doing this, it doesn't look respected. So we just won't respect it then. Pay attention to it. The weekly ribbon looks very good. Yeah. The weekly ribbon's nice and condensed. You're below it now. This is actually, if we're using just the ribbon as a form of analysis, this would be a clear buy zone. And you would sell, you would let go if the ribbon crosses bearish. That's what would happen. Or if you saw a lower low, one of those two. So, but once we get, if you don't want to buy here, a clear buy signal would be if we get a week to close above the yellow line, which is at 16 cents. If we get a week to close above the yellow line, 16 cents, it's a clear signal that we are about to launch through the roof, right? Here, we closed above it, clear signal. We were about to launch through the roof. We did it here. Here, we closed above it right there, and then boom, clear signal, we launched through the roof. That's typically how it goes. So I got nothing else, especially on the weekly time frame. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.